Dear soul, today, the angels asked me to speak directly to you, and it wasn't by chance that this message reached you. What I'm about to reveal may completely change the way you perceive the feelings of that person who still inhabits your thoughts. Even though you try to forget, something is happening behind the scenes of life, and it's deeper than you imagine. That person, yes, the one you thought had left you in the past, is going through a whirlwind within themselves. On the outside, they may maintain a calm demeanor, appearing indifferent, even cold. But inside, the angels show that there is a heart in pieces, a heart that silently cries out for you, that denies its own longing for you, that tries to move on as if nothing had happened, but can't. Everything changed after you. That person can no longer live their own routine without feeling that emptiness that began to grow since the moment you both drifted apart. Coffee in the morning has no taste. Laughter with friends sounds hollow. Even material achievements that once seemed to give meaning to their life now sound like dusty trophies on shelves. Do you feel there's still a connection between you two? Well, know that it's not just your imagination. It's real, it's strong, it's spiritual. Every night, when that person goes to bed in search of peace, they end up diving into memories that don't ask for permission to invade. They're scenes of your gaze, your voice, your gestures, a song that plays and brings back the touch of your hand, a scent that makes them close their eyes and mentally return to that moment when it was still possible to feel your presence without guilt, without pride, without fear. And now, all of this has become a burden, an emotional weight that they don't know how to carry. You may not know it, but that person watches you, silently, sometimes through social media, sometimes through mutual friends, and every time they notice that you're doing well, something within them breaks, and at the same time rekindles, because it's in that moment that they understand, I can't live without this woman. The angels show that destiny is pushing you both towards a reconnection that deep down is inevitable. But something needs to happen first, and that something is what you've already started to do, putting yourself first, choosing not to chase, giving space, breathing, focusing on yourself. And it's exactly this that's making that person have a crisis. They feel like they've lost you, and now the pain of loss is starting to become greater than the pride that prevented them from giving in. Have you noticed that certain coincidences in your life are not mere coincidences? Well, it's not by chance. They are the angels at work. They are guiding everything with precision so that this person can no longer run away from the truth. They need to face what they feel. And more than that, they need to choose between fear and love. And that choice is getting closer and closer. Before continuing the message, write this mantra in the comments. I am worthy of living a love that chooses me, honors me, and values me every day. Now, continuing the message. You know that unsent message, that unmade call, that choked apology? All of this is piling up in that person's chest. And there will come a time when they won't be able to hold it in any longer. They will break. And when that happens, they will remember the only person who truly made them feel alive, you. The angels want you to know that it's not by chance, that your heart still beats intensely whenever their name is mentioned. That connection is not common. You both have something that goes beyond what can be seen. It's a soul connection. And although they tried to ignore it, they can't anymore. They tried to move on. They tried other paths. But no place is home when the heart is still attached to you. Here's a truth that might sting a bit, but will bring relief. She needed to lose herself to start seeing you. And it's happening now. At this very moment, angels are at work. They're stirring emotions, dreams, memories. They're clearing blockages. They're preparing this person to move, to express themselves, to stop running. You need to be ready, at peace with your silence, at peace with your decision not to stoop low, at peace with your truth. Because when this person reappears, and they will reappear, you'll be faced with something you might never have heard. I can't live without you anymore. I thought I could, but I was wrong, and that's when destiny, that old wise one who sees all, will smile and say, "Now, you're ready." But that's not all. Something even deeper is happening, something that's slowly revealing itself. And in the next part, you'll understand what's behind this intense turnaround in this person's life. There's something the angels are insisting on showing. This person's heart is, at this exact moment, in a state of war, a battle between the pride that kept them from you and the truth that pulses, screams, begs for release. Dear one, you need to know. This person is beginning to realize the cost of letting you go, and that cost is high, very high. Nights are getting longer, days heavier, and no matter how hard they try to smile in public, it's getting increasingly difficult to maintain the facade that everything's fine. It's not. It never was. She can't fool herself anymore. And worse, she can't live without remembering you in almost everything she does, even in the small things. She pours coffee into the cup and misses your company, opens the closet and finds a piece you complimented, turns on the TV and lands right on that movie you both watched once, almost by chance, but that stayed etched in her memory. Destiny has its ways of acting, sometimes subtle, sometimes cruel, and now it's showing that no one escapes the truths they've ignored. The most intriguing and also most touching in all this is that this person has started rethinking important life decisions because of you, because she realized that all the choices she made until now, for safety, for vanity, for convenience, have lost their shine. None of them offered what you offered with a single hug, peace. She misses your tranquility, your listening, your wisdom, your lightness. That unique way you saw the world and made even the greyest days seem less opaque. She misses you, truly, deeply, desperately, regretfully. And if you feel this in the air, it's because it's real. Now, before we continue this message, write in the comments, 222, I trust in the time of the angels. I clamor for the justice of love. To clamor. Dear one, the angels also ask for something more. If this message touches your heart, if you felt it was made for you, click the Worth It button. This support allows us to continue spreading these messages of light for you and for other souls who need healing and guidance. And if you want, share in the comments how you're feeling. So far, we're in this together. This is more than just a text. It's a spiritual journey. This person is starting to reassess their entire life because of you, and it's causing intense emotional crises because she realizes that everything she thought was control was actually fear. Fear of surrendering, fear of rejection, fear of loving you too much and losing herself. But now, the greater fear is another, the fear of losing you forever. And do you know that silence she's keeping? It's not lack of feeling, it's despair. She doesn't know what to say. She doesn't know where to start. And the most painful, she doesn't know if you'll still want to listen. But the angels are working. You can't imagine how many signs this person has received. Repeating numbers, dreams about you, phrases said by strangers that seem to carry meaning. Everything is conspiring to force her to act. She still doesn't know it, but this turn has already begun. Want to know a secret? The angel showed me that soon, very soon, you will receive a message, a contact, an attempt at reconnection. But it won't be just anything. It will be a gesture of surrender, a break of pride, a plea for help, even if disguised as casualness. And in that moment, dear, you will realize destiny is delivering exactly what you prayed to live, but in a way that will require balance, maturity, and above all, forgiveness. Yes, forgiveness will be essential, because this person is coming with baggage, with wounds, with fear, and even loving you more than ever, she will still be fragile, hesitant, vulnerable. Will you be ready for this? The angels believe you are. They have been preparing you for months, maybe for years. Each tear of yours, each time you decided to move forward, even feeling the pain in your chest, each time you looked in the mirror and said, "I deserve more." All of this built the woman you are today. And this woman, this new version of you, is exactly who will know what to do when destiny knocks on your door. But there is something even deeper happening. Something that comes from the soul of this person, and that she herself has not yet fully understood. In the next block, you will discover the hidden reason that made this person run away so much, and why now she can't stay away any longer. Before closing this block, the angels asked me to deliver a special gift to you today. The angels are sending you a special sign. Your lucky number for today is 7. Write in the comments, "I receive the energy of the angels. My lucky number is 7, and I'm blessed. I send love and protection to the person I like and love so much." If this message touched your heart, show your support with a "thank you so much" and help spread this message of light to other people who need it. Dear soul, do you know when someone looks into your eyes but can't see you completely? When someone feels love but doesn't know how to show it? When it seems that there is an invisible force pushing the person away from you, even when everything around cries out for closeness? That's what the angels want to talk to you about today. This person who inhabits your thoughts and still lives in you is facing a battle that she doesn't even fully understand. Behind the silence, the confusion, the inexplicable distances, there is something much deeper: fear of loving and not knowing how to deal with it. She didn't run away from you. She ran away from what she felt, because what she felt was too immense, too strong, too real. Have you ever stopped to think how many times she wanted to run to you and say, "Forgive me for having distanced myself from you"? How many times she wrote a message and erased it? How many times she passed in front of your house or opened your profile and stayed looking for long minutes, just trying to understand if there would still be room for her there? The angels reveal that this person grew up learning to protect herself, to hide feelings, to believe that vulnerability is weakness, that who loves loses, that surrendering is dangerous. And then, when she met you, the ground gave way. Because you were not just one more. You were the exception, the break in the pattern, the soul she didn't expect to find. You offered something she had never had: shelter, truth, pure love. But do you know what happened? She got scared. And that's why she backed off, because you revealed the wound, that old emptiness that she had hidden long before she met you. And this kind of love is not easy to accept for those who have spent their lives protecting themselves. The angels show that you touched layers of this person's soul that were asleep. You made her feel that, perhaps for the first time, it was possible to trust, let her guard down, stop fighting, and simply love. But she wasn't ready. And still, even unprepared, even hurt, that person could never forget you. She tried to move on, tried to find shelter in other arms, tried to prove to herself that you were just a phase, an illusion. But the truth is that the more she tried to erase you, the brighter you shone within her. Before continuing the message, if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, take advantage and subscribe. This helps us continue creating meaningful content for you. Now, continuing the message. Today, that person is paying the price of denial. The days passed, maybe even the months, but the feeling, it didn't go away, and now everything she denied is coming to light. She feels your absence in things she doesn't even understand. In the smell of coffee, in the sound of rain, in phrases you used to say and she didn't give much importance to. Today, all of this has become gold, and it's weighing. And the angels show that this weight is making that person wake up, for real. She began to review her own story. to understand the reasons why she destroyed bridges that you built with so much love. And more than that, she is beginning to desire with all her strength to build a new bridge from scratch. But there is a fear that still paralyzes her. The fear of being too late, the fear of you not wanting anymore, the fear of hearing what she herself said in the past. It's not possible anymore. Dear soul, this is where destiny comes in. This is where the angels are preparing something grand, because that person is going to take courage, and she is going to come back, not with a cold text, not with an empty apology, but with an exposed heart, with a look that asks for forgiveness, with a truth that perhaps she herself can't explain clearly, but that you will feel. And the moment of this revelation is closer than you imagine. Are you ready? Because the return of that person can shake wounds that were healing, but it can also bring the cure you've been waiting for so long. But you need to be strong, clear about what you deserve, aware of what you can no longer accept, and open to what the angels want to deliver. This love is coming back, but coming back different, more mature, more conscious, more committed. And if you felt that this message is for you, it's because it really is. You didn't imagine, you didn't force, you just felt. And now the truth is coming to light. Prepare your heart. In the next block, you will understand what destiny is setting up for both of you, because this return has a greater purpose. And the angels will show you the reason why this re-encounter can transform your life completely. Dear soul, there is a time in life when everything stops. The heart doesn't beat the same way, the mind seems to spin in circles, and the silence around begins to bother. That's the phase that this person is going through now. Yes, the one who used to think she could leave you behind easily, who kept telling herself that it was better this way, today is facing the mirror of her own soul, and finally seeing what she lost. You became a living absence, constant presence, in the lack, the absence that hurts, that burns, that weighs, and this feeling is growing, taking up space, squeezing the chest, making every memory more real than reality itself. She tries to pretend normality, but she can't anymore. Even her closest friends have noticed. Her gaze doesn't shine like before, the words come out halfway, the smile seems improvised, because inside, that person is in ruins. Do you know why? Because now she understands that you were not a coincidence. You were not a phase. You were not something that could be left behind like a train station. You were destiny, and destiny, when it wants, claims. A certainty is forming inside her that scares her. I love this woman, and I don't know how to live without her. It's at this moment that she begins to rise again, to plan, to seek advice, to observe paths, and above all, to gather courage. Because what lies ahead is not just any conversation, it's a decision. The angels are making it clear. This person is preparing for a concrete action, a reconnection that can turn everything upside down, including her life. She is willing to speak, but more than that, to listen. Because now she knows that it's not just about wanting you back. It's about becoming someone who deserves to be by your side. Before continuing the message, write in the comments a list of people, including yourself, that you would like to forgive. Visualize each one of them. Send love and say, I forgive you and release you. May peace be with you. Feel the lightness and freedom that forgiveness brings. Repeat this practice every day to strengthen your inner peace and release anxiety. This person is also revisiting the past, the mistakes, the words spoken coldly, the silences that screamed contempt, but which in fact hid confusion. She remembers the moments when you extended your hand, when you tried to talk, when you offered love, and she responded with doubts, fear, or simply nothing. And now, each attitude that before seemed simple has become an emotional weight. The angels show that she doesn't sleep well. She wakes up in the middle of the night with her heart racing, her throat dry, feeling as if she had forgotten to do something very important. And indeed, she forgot. She forgot to fight for you. But the time for apologies is over. This person is on the verge of a movement driven by something greater than herself. She is going to approach, not as someone who expects to be welcomed with a party, but as someone who recognizes her mistake and wants to do things differently. But dear, here the angels ask something essential of you. You need to know what you want, because when this re-encounter happens, it will confront you with difficult internal questions. Do I still want this? Can I trust? Is it worth it? And that's why the angels are working on you as much as on her, strengthening you, cleaning you inside, preparing you to be firm in acceptance or denial. You will have the power in your hands, but it's not just that. The angels reveal that there is something greater than the re-encounter to come, an emotional mission, something that you two need to understand together. What happened between you was not in vain. It was the awakening of a process that goes far beyond the romantic relationship. You were triggers of healing for each other. You activated her wound, she activated yours. And now, if the re-encounter happens with clarity, respect, and truth, healing can begin. But if it's just another shallow, empty, superficial attempt, you will know. Because your soul has matured, it already recognizes true love and the disguise of passion as need. That's why the angels ask you, don't lose your light to welcome someone who still lives in the shadows. But also, don't close the door if there is a real intention to change. In the next block, you will understand why destiny chose this exact moment for this movement to happen. There is a greater spiritual force pushing you towards this re-encounter, but also testing you. Will you have learned to choose yourself first? That is the question that will open the next portal. Dear soul, the angels asked me to tell you something very important, something that perhaps you have already felt, but never had the courage to assume for yourself. The re-encounter between you two is not just a matter of nostalgia, nor only of feeling. It is a spiritual matter. This connection that you share was not born now. It comes from other stages of life, from other experiences, from other times. And that's why what you feel goes beyond logic, goes beyond reason. It's as if even after so much time, so many comings and goings, it would only take a thought, a smell, a song, and the presence of this person starts to inhabit you again. But why does this happen? Because your mission hasn't been completed yet. It's not just about romantic love. It's about mutual healing, emotional revelations, learning, breaking patterns, choosing consciously. And that's exactly why destiny began to act. Because it's time, the right time, the time that angels have patiently waited for to activate what was dormant. This person, as lost as they may seem, is being guided. They don't fully understand what they're feeling. They just know that you've returned to populate their thoughts in an intense, vivid, urgent way. They dream about you. They feel your energy in places where you're not. And sometimes they hear your voice in the midst of silence. The angels say that this is real. The spiritual plan is moving to bring to light what was left unresolved between you. And this time without masks, without shields, without excuses. They need to come with an open heart, and you need to be ready to recognize if it's love or attachment. Because if the reunion happens only out of neediness, fear of loneliness, nostalgia, it will be fleeting, painful, unstable. But if it happens with truth, with presence, with emotional responsibility, then the angels will bless this path. And that's why you now are being called to look at yourself with great clarity. What do you still feel? Is it love, or is it longing for what could have been? Do you still see a future with this person, with maturity, construction, companionship, or are you clinging to an idealized image, to a past that won't come back? These are questions that destiny will place before you. And there's no point in running. They will come. They will appear when the phone rings, when the message arrives, when the gaze is exchanged once again. And in that moment, the angels want you to be whole, because love only blooms in fertile soil, and that soil is your heart. But before the reunion happens, and it will happen, the spiritual plan is giving you the chance to heal completely. Heal the neediness, the insecurity, the fear of being alone, the need to be validated, the guilt that you may still carry for having been too good. You did what you could. You offered love. You extended your hand. You were whole. Now is the time to receive, and don't accept anything less than reciprocity. In the next phase, the angels will show you what you need to know to not repeat the same mistakes when this person returns. Because, yes, they will return, but the choice will be yours. Dear soul, today the angels show me something strong, almost non-negotiable. Forgiveness is the bridge between who you were and who you are ready to become. This person who hurt you, who distanced themselves, who left silences in places where you deserved presence. They also carry guilt, but that alone doesn't heal anyone. Guilt weighs, but it doesn't transform. What transforms is awareness, and the angels show that this person is waking up. They are beginning to understand that it wasn't just a mistake, it was a disconnection with themselves. They didn't know how to value you because they never knew how to value themselves. They hurt you because they still carried unhealed wounds. And more than that, because you were too much light for someone who only knew darkness. You gave presence, gave affection, gave shelter, but this person, fragile in their pain, couldn't receive it. And now, do you know what happens? They want to come back. But not in the same way. They want to come back with a new stance. But for that, you also need to be different. You need to be clean, free, healed. And there's only one path to this. Healing, forgiveness. Forgiving doesn't mean forgetting. It doesn't mean allowing everything to go back to the way it was. Forgiving is taking the weight off your heart. It's freeing yourself from the prison that hurt built. Before you continue reading this message, share this video with 2 loved ones who need this message of hope and faith. Let's build a chain of love and mutual support together. Leave a comment with a prayer for your guardian angel. Now visualize, this person is standing in front of you. Their eyes no longer have arrogance nor certainty, only truth. They don't know what to say, but they want you to know that they recognize every pain they caused you. They want a new beginning, and in that moment, the decision will be yours. Will you say yes, or will you say, "Now I choose myself"? There is no right or wrong answer. There is only what your soul allows, what your conscience welcomes, what your heart can bear. But the angels ask that before deciding anything, you release everything that still binds you. Resentment, guilt, the demand, the idea that you should have been stronger. No, you did the best you could with what you had. Now, it's time to grow. That's why, write in the comments, I forgive myself, I release, and I free myself, and do it with your heart. Because when you truly forgive, you change the course of your story. Do you want to know what the angels showed me? This person will try to prove to you that they have changed, but the world will test you. It will put similar situations to see if you react the same way. It will provoke you with old memories. It will give you opportunities to repeat or to evolve. And you, dear soul, did not come to this world to repeat cycles. You came to break chains. You no longer need to get lost to be loved. You no longer need to diminish yourself to be accepted. You no longer need to be silent to be loved. Now it's about choosing what feeds your peace. And if that person comes back with truth, you will know. Because this time, you are no longer in the same place. The angels show that an emotional turnaround is very close, but you need to be firm, and nothing makes you stronger than forgiveness. In the next block, you will understand what this person really intends to do in the next few days, and how destiny is preparing an encounter that can be the turning point. But before that, write with love and presence. Dear soul, the angels reveal something that you may already be intuiting. This person is moving in silence, but moving. They may not have said anything. They may not have liked any of your photos, nor sent a hi. They may not have left traces, but inside them everything is in motion. This person is organizing thoughts, reliving memories, reviewing conversations. They are trying to understand how to reach you without seeming weak, without seeming desperate, even though they are. And do you know the most beautiful thing? They don't just want to ask for forgiveness. They want to prove that it's still possible. The angels show that they are talking to someone they trust, asking for advice, revealing parts of what they feel. Perhaps for the first time, they are letting go of their pride, and the angels confirm, in the next few days, something will be said. A message, a call, an unexpected encounter. But it will be something that will shake everything. This person will try to reconnect, but the universe doesn't want you to just react. It wants you to choose. Yes, beautiful soul. This time, you will have the power, control of the situation, the freedom to say yes or no, to open the doors or keep your space, to embrace this re-encounter or simply thank it for coming and continue your path with peace. And this freedom is what the angels most wanted you to live, because in the past you loved with surrender, but with fear, waiting to be chosen, waiting to be seen, waiting for the other to give you what you had already given. Now you are different, and the angels see this with so much pride. You have matured, healed, learned to love yourself. And when this person comes, when their eyes meet yours again, they will feel it. She will realize that the woman standing before her is not the same one who silently cried, waiting for an answer. Now you are presence. You are self-choice. You are love, but love that values itself. And this, dear soul, is what changes everything. Before making any decision, the angels ask for one simple thing: listen to your body. The body does not lie. If, upon seeing this person, you feel peace, perhaps it's time to listen. But if you feel discomfort, weight, anguish, do not ignore it. The soul speaks through the body, always. And the angels do not want you to accept halves, nor promises without actions, nor empty words spoken only, out of fear of loneliness. They want you to live love, but whole love. In the next section, you will understand how to protect yourself emotionally when this person reappears, and what the angels want you to observe very carefully. Because even a true reunion needs wisdom. Now the angels give you something special. The angels are sending you a special sign. Your lucky number for today is 8. Write in the comments, I received the energy of the angels. My lucky number is 8, and I am blessed. I send love and protection to the person I like and love very much. If this message touched your heart, show your support with a thank you so much and help spread this message of light to other people who need it. Dear soul, breathe deeply. Destiny is already in motion, but the choice will be yours. Dear soul, destiny is taking care of bringing this person back into your path, but the angels do not want this reunion to be just emotional. They want it to be sacred, and for that to happen, you need to protect yourself, not out of fear, not with coldness, but with wisdom. When this person appears, and they will appear, their eyes will say more than any word, but still, the angels ask that you observe their gestures, observe their tone of voice. Observe if there is truth in the pauses, or just need for consolation, because there is a huge difference between someone who comes for love and someone who returns out of neediness. You will need to discern, and your body, once again, will guide you. If the presence of this person brings relief, lightness, desire to smile, it may be a yes. But if it comes with anguish, expectation, pain, perhaps it is not yet time. The angels want you to understand. You are no longer in that old version that accepted anything out of fear of losing. Today, you know you no longer need to beg for love. You know you are not an empty space for someone to fill when they want. You are a home, and whoever wants to enter must know how to take care. This person will try, but not because you demanded, pressured, or begged. They will try because the universe is no longer letting them run away from the truth. And the truth is only one. She cannot live without you anymore. But the question is, do you still want to live with her? Dear, the angels show you that destiny created this reunion not to start again from the same point, but to start from the right point. And this requires choices. You will need to look at this person and even with your heart swaying say, this time, I'll only stay if it's light, if it's reciprocal, if it's real, because you already know how to love alone. Now, it's time to be. Love too. Before this encounter happens, the angels ask that you write a protection phrase for yourself, something like, I choose myself, I respect myself, I only receive what honors me. Write it on paper, keep it. Read it every day until the reunion happens, because it will happen. But your firmness is what will change the course of this story. In the next and last section, the angels will give you the final truth, what this reunion will mean in your life and how you can use it to change everything. It will be strong, it will be deep, it will be liberating. Dear soul, you have come this far, and that already says a lot about who you are, about the strength you carry, about the sensitivity that moves you, about the light that exists within you, even when the world tries to extinguish it. The angels are showing me now that the final stage of this revelation is, in fact, a rebirth, because the reunion that is approaching is not just with this person, it's with yourself. Yes, the woman you've become after the pain, the woman who learned to survive without answers, the one who silenced inner screams with her own hugs, the one who cried quietly into her pillow and, the next day, smiled at the world. You've rebuilt yourself, and now this new version of you is ready to live something true. But there's something you need to understand before making any decision. This reunion is a portal. It can lead you to a new life with more truth, more reciprocity, more presence. Or it can be just a conscious farewell, a release. Both paths are valid, both are blessings. Because what matters is not whether this person will stay. What matters is whether you will remain whole, even if they leave. The truth is that this story has already taught you a lot. It taught you about the limits of love, about the need to choose yourself, about how no one can give you what you don't allow yourself to receive. And now you're different, stronger, clearer, lighter. You no longer seek promises. You want presence. You no longer beg for attention. You want exchange. You no longer ask for love. You are love. The angels show you that the greatest proof that destiny is acting is not the return of this person. It's the fact that even before they come back, you were already ready to be happy alone. And that's exactly what's bringing them back. Because there's nothing more magnetic than someone who loves themselves. This reunion will happen. But it's not a prize. It's not a happy ending. It's a choice. You will be able to choose with clarity, without fear, without neediness, and whatever your answer, the angels say you will be right. Because now you no longer love with dependency, you love with consciousness, and that is freedom. Dear soul, the angels ask you to celebrate when you finish reading this message. Yes, celebrate your own strength, celebrate your truth, celebrate the love that is still to come with this person or with someone who will know how to love you as you deserve. If this message resonated with you and your situation, write in the comments. I choose the love that chooses me every day.